Welcome to Fun Facts Online. Imagine a city of 20 million people. Now imagine them choking on toxic air, cut off from clean water, trapped in a maze of gridlocked streets. This isn't science fiction. For millions, it's a looming reality as our planet's megacities continue to swell. But within these same sprawling giants, a different future is being built, one innovation at a time. The trajectory for many of our planet's megacities, those with over 10 million inhabitants, can seem terrifying. Without drastic intervention, we're looking at a future of sprawling slums, where life is cheap and dignity is a luxury. The environmental footprint alone, from mountains of waste to smog-filled skies, could push our planetary systems past the point of no return. The sheer weight of human activity generates a constant stream of pollution, poisoning the air and water. Socially, the fabric could tear. Deepening divides between the ultra-rich living in fortified enclaves and the urban poor packed into squalid conditions could become canyons of resentment, igniting widespread unrest and conflict. Governing these vast, fragmented territories becomes a logistical nightmare, a state of permanent crisis management where basic services fail to reach those who need them most. The city, humanity's greatest invention, could become unlivable and ungovernable. But here's the paradox. The very concentration of people that creates these problems also creates an unparalleled capacity to solve them. Megacities are crucibles of innovation, intense pressure cookers of human ingenuity, capital, and creativity. They are the labs where the future of our species is being tested. The question is, can we harness this power for good? The answer, emerging from crowded streets around the globe, is a resounding yes. Let's start with the hardware and software of the city itself. The smart city revolution isn't just about flashy tech. It's about creating a new urban operating system. It uses data from a network of sensors to make cities more efficient and responsive. Think of intelligent traffic systems that analyze real-time flow to adjust traffic signals, reducing congestion and the pollution from idling cars. Think of smart grids that optimize energy distribution, preventing blackouts and reducing waste. Imagine digital platforms that connect citizens directly to services, allowing them to report a pothole or pay a bill with a few taps on their phone. While this can seem abstract, cities like Singapore show how it translates into a remarkable reality. Singapore is one of the densest places on Earth, yet it's also famously one of the greenest. It achieves this through meticulous long-term planning, integrating nature directly into the urban fabric with stunning vertical gardens, rooftop farms, and extensive park connector networks. They treat water as a precious resource, developing a world-class system called NE Water, which reclaims and purifies wastewater to drinking quality standards. Tokyo provides another blueprint for sustainable density. Despite its immense size, its public transportation system is a marvel of efficiency, reliability, and cleanliness. This makes high-density living not just possible, but preferable, as most residents don't need to own a car. These cities prove that density doesn't have to mean dirt and despair. With smart planning and technological integration, it can mean efficiency and a high quality of life. But a well-run city is nothing if its people are left behind. Technology and efficiency can feel cold and sterile without a social conscience. Perhaps no city illustrates the power of healing social divides better than Medellín, Colombia. In the 1980s and 90s, Medellín was known as the most dangerous city in the world, the heart of a powerful drug cartel. Today, it is a global model for urban renewal, a transformation driven by a philosophy called social urbanism. The strategy was simple but profound. Make your most significant public investments in your poorest and most marginalized communities. Instead of just increasing policing in the favelas, or comunas as they're called, the city built state-of-the-art public libraries, known as library parks, right in their midst. They built beautiful schools and community centers. But the most iconic of these investments is the Metrocable. These are modern gondola lift systems, like you'd see at a ski resort, that soar above the precarious hillside neighborhoods, connecting the isolated comunas to the city's central metro system below. Before the Metrocable, a resident's journey to a job in the city's center could involve a grueling, hour-long trek down steep, unsafe paths. The gondola reduced that journey to mere minutes. This wasn't just about transportation, it was a powerful symbol of dignity, connection, and inclusion. It sent a clear message to the residents of the poorest areas. You are a valued part of this city. This targeted investment, this urban acupuncture, helped to dramatically reduce violence and foster a new sense of civic pride, demonstrating that infrastructure can and should be a tool for social justice. Social urbanism is often a vision that comes from enlightened city leadership. But what happens when change is driven from the bottom up? For that, we can look to the informal settlements of Rio de Janeiro and Jakarta. In Rio, the landmark Favela Bairro project, meaning slum to neighborhood, took a revolutionary approach. Instead of the old method of bulldozing the favelas and relocating residents to soulless housing blocks far from their jobs, the city worked with residents to upgrade them in place. This meant paving roads so emergency services and garbage trucks could get in. It meant installing basic sanitation to improve public health and laying down electrical grids to replace dangerous, illegal connections. It meant building public squares and sports facilities. Critically, the project often involved hiring local residents for the construction work, injecting money and skills directly into the community. The result is not a sterile government project, but an improved version of the existing neighborhood, with its vital social networks and cultural identity left intact. A similar story of empowerment unfolded in Jakarta, Indonesia, with its long-running kampung improvement program. Kampungs are traditional urban villages, often densely populated and lacking basic services. Instead of a top-down master plan, the program provided basic materials like cement and pipes, along with technical guidance. The communities themselves then organized the labor to pave footpaths, dig drainage channels to prevent flooding, and install communal water taps and toilets. This community-led model is not only more cost-effective for the city, but it fosters a powerful sense of ownership and pride. When you've literally helped build your neighborhood with your own hands, you are deeply invested in its upkeep and success. Innovation also bubbles up from the grassroots, from social entrepreneurs who see a problem and create a business or organization to solve it. Mumbai, a city of extreme wealth and poverty, home to some of Asia's largest slums, is a hotspot for this kind of ingenuity. Consider an organization like Pratham. It was founded on a simple but powerful observation. Many children were in school but weren't learning basic skills. So, Pratham developed low-cost, scalable teaching models that could be implemented by community volunteers. Their teaching at the right level approach assesses children based on their learning level, not their age, and helps them catch up on basic reading and arithmetic. This model has reached millions of children in the slums of Mumbai and across India, proving that you don't need billion-dollar budgets to make a massive impact on education. Or take a social enterprise like Creative Handicrafts, which empowers women in Mumbai's slum communities. It provides training in tailoring and other skills, then employs them to produce high-quality garments and handicrafts for sale. This provides a sustainable livelihood, giving women economic independence, which in turn gives them a stronger voice in their families and communities. These are not charities in the traditional sense. They are sustainable models that tackle social problems at their root, proving that economic empowerment and social progress can go hand in hand. Finally, let's look at the grand scale. For a megacity to function, it needs a skeleton of robust infrastructure. Lagos, Nigeria, is projected to be one of the world's largest cities by the end of this century, and it faces monumental challenges with traffic congestion, known locally as go-slows. For millions, the daily commute is an hours-long ordeal that saps productivity and pollutes the air. In response, the city is making massive investments in a new public transit system. A key part of this is the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Network. The recently launched Blue Line, the first phase of a much larger plan, aims to carry hundreds of thousands of passengers daily, slashing commute times along its corridor. This is more than just a convenience. A project of this scale can fundamentally reshape a city. It connects people in outlying, often poorer, areas to jobs and opportunities in the city center. It can reduce the reliance on cars and the thousands of informal Danfo buses, cutting down on air pollution and carbon emissions. It also triggers new, more organized development around the new stations, creating hubs of economic activity. It's a bold, expensive, and difficult choice, but it's the kind of visionary project that is necessary to prevent a city of 30 million people from grinding to a complete and permanent halt. So we stand at a crossroads. The megacities of our world can become the dystopian nightmares of fiction, defined by squalor, division, and crisis, or they can become beacons of a better, more sustainable future. The solutions are not theoretical. They are being tested and proven right now in the urban laboratories of our planet. We see the path forward in the data-driven efficiency of Singapore, the social healing of Medellín, the community empowerment of Rio and Jakarta, the grassroots ingenuity of Mumbai, and the bold infrastructural vision of Lagos. The path forward will not be easy. It requires a fusion of all these approaches: smart technology, sustainable design, a commitment to social justice, grassroots community action, and visionary leadership. Most importantly, it demands that we remember what cities are for. They are not just engines of economic growth. They are homes for people. The ultimate measure of a city's success is not its GDP, but the health, well-being, and dignity of all its citizens. The choices we make today in these vast urban centers will determine the fate of our hyper-urbanized world. The challenge is immense, but the potential for a more sustainable, just, and humane future is within our grasp.